Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session of a compulsory English BSc Part 1. In the last few sessions we were discussing, I think in the last two sessions or three sessions we were discussing module number V Part B, that is a reading comprehension unit. We were reading a short story by Jonas V. Jensen entitled as The Lost Forests. So we will reading this story and trying to understand its meaning. So far we have completed two parts, and these two parts we came across or we learn that this story is regarding a slave and his master Kura. In the first part of the story we learn that Kura, when he saved some money, he go to buy a slave. The first part shows us how this slave market is an evil thing, how people purchase a slave as if they were purchasing a bull or they were purchasing an animal. So the slave is, you can see, is just like an animal that will work for Kura in his field. So we learn this first part where it gives you a detailed description of the things, detailed description of a slave market. So how these slaves were chained and how they were sold to the persons for the work. So this is what we learn in the first part. Then in second part we learn that how this slave worked hard, but afterwards he started losing his interest in it. He worked very hard initially, but afterwards he started losing his interest as he started longing for his homeland, as he started uh, longing for his forest. So Kura is also a tricky kind of person. He tricked this slave with uh, a giving him a promise of a 5 years hard work, and his for that he will give him a freedom. So this slave becomes very happy as he gets a motivation. So he started working like a demon. Day and night he worked in his fields for Kora. Kora also becomes very happy for that. He becomes very happy when this slave started working like a demon. Uh, in this part, we also learn that this slave is counting the years with a very primitive kind of uh, system of measuring a time, that is a solstice, on, and it is again on his fingers. So you can see he is a uneducated man, and this Kora is also taking advantage of that. So he bargained with him that 5 years of hard work and he will get his freedom. So this is what is decided between them. We learn this in the second part. So now see the third part that we are supposed to read in this session. So as the time passed, his calculations expanded, become broader and deeper. The years drove by as great boundless abstractions, which he could not grasp. But with every new sunset glow, the slave recreate his hope and reconcentrate his faith. So here you can see the two difficult words we came across. That is an abstractions and a reconstructed. See, these are the difficult words. Abstractions. Abstraction means the quality of dealing with idea rather than events. So he is dealing with idea. So here abstractions means, you can see abstractions, boundless abstractions. Here it is like a hurdle. It is not like that meaning is like an hurdle. So he, it is difficult to grasp. The idea of counting the time is difficult to grasp from him. And the second word, that is a reconstructed. So sorry, reconcentrate. So concentrate is a dedicated. So he is rededicated his faith with every sunset. So the hope is there, the faith is in his mind. Time which was events in it in the present appear interminable once it was in the past, and the future seemed infinitely distant. See both these words, evanescent. Evanescent means quickly fade or disappearing, or interminable means endless. So here you can see time which was evanescent in the present appears interminable once it was in the past, and the future seemed infinitely distant. So he is a counting time, and when we start counting time or when we were waiting for someone, you can see we feel that time is frozen in the moment. The uh, clock is not ticking fast. It is we feel that it is slowed down. So this kind of feeling he is facing in such a wise, the slave's spirit was deepened, as his longing brought infinity into time. So his world became infinite, and his thought boundless. Every evening, the slave started thoughtfully into the distant west. Sorry, stared thoughtfully into the distant west, and each sunset brought more and more depth into his soul. So this is what you can see is a longing of a slave for his forest, and it is lost. It is lost due to the social evil. It is lost due to the his slavery. So he is longing. He is staring to the west. He know that his forest is in the west. So he is staring very thoughtfully into the distant uh, on each sunset. So this is what you can see, and slave spirit was also deepened in this. So his longing brought infinity. So he started feeling that time is frozen in a moment, it is not passing fastly. So this is what he is facing. Then when finally the 5 years had ebbed away, it is so easy to say the words. The slave came to his master and asked for his freedom. He wanted to go to his home in the forests. So this is what you can see, ebbed away. Ebbed away means gradually decrease. So as 5 years gradually decreased, the slave go to Korah and ask for his freedom as he decided. He wanted to go to his home in the forest. See, Korah, you have been a faithful worker, Korah admitted meditatively. So what is meditatively? Meditatively means absorbed in thought, as if he is thinking something. Tell me, where is your home? Is it in the west? I have often watched you staring in that direction. So this is what he is saying. So in this part, you can see he slave seems counting a time. He is counting time as Korah has promised him his freedom after working hard for 5 years. So he counted 5 years. His feeling, his longing for the forest is depicted in this part. You can see his longing is so deep that he start feeling that time is frozen in the minutes. So he is counting time, and his counting is also very primitive measures he is using for counting. So this is what we learn in the third part. See the third part. So the third part I think is continued here. Yes, his home was in the west. It is far away then, said Korah. So Korah said, it is far away then. The slave nodded, far away. And you have no money, have you? So you have no money, have you? So you can understand that this is again another trick that Korah is playing with a slave. For the first time, he played a trick that worked for a 5 year, and he will give him a freedom. So after completion of 5 years work like a demon, he is not giving him a money to go to his homeland. But what he is saying, your home is very far, and you have no money, have you? So this is a question. The slave was silent and dismayed. What is dismayed? Dismayed means distressed. So he is a distressed due to the situation. He don't think about money. He don't think about. He is uneducated, a person from a tribe in the African jungles. These people who were very cruel one, caught him from the jungle and put him in such a kind of a slavery. So he don't know anything about the world. He don't know the place where he lived. So he only know that he is living, or his place, his forest is in the west. So he don't know where to go. So this Kora is taking advantage of her his uneducatedness. He is asking that if your home is in the west, then it is so far, very far away, and you require, and you don't have to money to go there. So in that situation, the slave dismayed. No, that was right. He had no money. Though he worked very hard for 5 years, he don't have money. So look, you you can get nowhere without money. If you work for me for 3 more years, no, let it be two. I will give you enough money for your travels. So you can see he is again tricking the slave. Kora is a very shrewd kind of master. Very trickingly, he is asking this slave to work for him for more than 2 years. So he is, and even he is himself saying that no, no, make it two instead of three, as if it is his right. So you can understand that this is a trick, a very cruel trick, in fact, played by this Kura on this slave. So he is giving him another thing that if you work for me for more 2 years, you will give, I will give you enough money to travel. So the slave bowed his head and went into harness again. He worked well, but no longer did he keep track of the passing days as formerly. So he started working, but this time his interest in tracking time is not that much. He is not that much interested in that. On the contrary, he gave way to daydreaming, and he started daydreaming. And Korah heard him wail and babble in sleep. So, what is wail and babble? You can understand? Sorry, wail means cry or lament, crying for the homeland, and babble, talk rapidly and continuously in a foolish or incomprehensible way. So, this is what you can see is the he is doing. After a time, he fell sick again. So, for longing for all these things, he felt sick again. Then Korah sat down beside him and talked to him long and earnestly. His speech sounded prudent, full of wisdom, as if grounded in a honest experience. But you can understand that he is not a honest man. He is tricking this poor slave for work. He is deceiving this slave for his personal or selfish motives. See, I am an old man, he said. In my youth, I too longed for West. The great forest beckoned me. What is beckoned? Beckoned means summon, call, called me. But I never had money enough for the journey. I shall never go there now. Never until my spirit goes there when I die. You are young and able and you work hard. But are you any stronger or abler than I was in my youth? So this is what he is asking question again. Think about all this and hearken to the advice of an old man and see to it that you get well again. This is what he is asking to the slave to get well soon, and for that he is again tricking to the slave. But the slave mended slowly, and when he took hold again, it was not with the old enthusiasm. He gave way easily. Now his ambition was gone, and he liked to lie down and sleep between jobs. Then one day Korah whipped him. It did him good, and he wept. So this is what we can see, as he then also he started sleeping. He no interest in working. So this Korah very cruelly whipped him. Whipped means chapkane फोडून काढ. Whipped him. It did him good, and he wept. So he cried there. So this is also a very inhuman kind of experience of a slave. So here you can understand that in the last two parts, that is part number 2 and part number 3, you can see that this Kora is tricking the slave to get his work done. So this is what Kora is doing. Kora is promising to the slave for 5 years hard work and his freedom, 2 years hard work and his to money to travel to the west. So all these things he is doing, but at the end when he this uh, slave lost his interest in all these things, he started feeling sick, he started sleeping in the jobs, he avoiding to work very hard. So in that occasion this Kora started whipping him for the work. So this is again like an animal. His slave is not treated at all as a human being. He is treated as a animal who is supposed to do hard work for the master. So this is Kora is nothing to do with the slave, nothing to do with his forest, nothing to do with his longing. So this is what the third part, end of the third part. So in the first part we learn that it is regarding a slave market, how Kora go to the slave market, purchase a slave to till his land. He brought him to the house, and in the second part you can see he started working. Afterwards he lost his interest as he longing for his forest. Then this Kora bargains or tricks him with a freedom after a 5 years of a hard work. So he started working very hard for the five years. But after completion of 5 years, again this Kora tricked this slave that he don't have money to travel to the west. So he has to work another 2 years to work to travel or to get the money to travel to the west. So this slave again started working for 2 years. So when he started working, he also lost the time. So he lose interest in measuring time. So he lost it, and afterwards he started feeling no interest in life, no interest in work. He started sleeping. In on that occasions, this Kora started whipping him. So this also he also felt very sad about all these things. So this is what a life of a slave who is treated as a mere animal. You can understand that we have read almost half of the story. First three part we have already read, and we never came across a name of the slave. We never came across a name of the slave. We never came across the name of his village. We only understand that he is a slave. We understand or we learn about his body because this author, the society in which the slave was living, you can see they were only concerned with his body. They were only concerned with his strength to work. So in this story also, because it is written from a Korah's point of view, and in Korah's point of view, you can see he is tricking this slave to get done his work, and for that he is giving him different kinds of a proposals. 5 years of a uh, hard work and freedom, 2 years of work and money to travel to the west. So such kind of proposals he is giving to this slave. So this is a story which gives you or which suggested that how slavery was inhuman. It is not a human thing. It is a very inhuman kind of thing. When we were reading or when we were listening a video on a slavery in Africa, you can see in Africa also, even before this European settlers go there and got the poor tribals as a slave, you can see there are also a kind of a slavery. But that slavery is when two tribes fight with each other, and few of the tribals from another group, when they caught them, they make them a slave, but they never treat them as inhuman. But in this European context, you can see these European settlers, European farmers treat these slaves as an animal. So this slave, Kora, treating this slave as an animal that he purchased to work hard in his fields. He is nothing to do with his longing for the forest. He is nothing to do with about his future. He only thinks in terms of a profit that he has to gain from the slave. That he has purchased a slave and he want that he should work very hard in his field. So this is what we learned so far. So we have completed the three part of this uh, story. In the next part, we will continue with the fourth part. So we will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.